Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Thursday, October 4th, 2012. This is Texan TV News from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I'm Savannah Trantham. In today's headlines, Delta Zetas start their annual Pink Week, Rio Brazos the Music Hall in Granbury closes, American Airlines makes a peace offering with the pilots, the first presidential campaign debate, and young Ecuadorians stage a musical sensation. Now, today's top story reported by Lacey Massey. This week kicked off October, which is the National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Delta Zeta's annual Pink Week. The week is dedicated to helping raise awareness for breast cancer. Several events have been held throughout the week. Tuesday was the start of the Pink Week events. A large crowd gathered in Heritage Park to enjoy food, music, and gain all the details of the events, including a bake sale, memory wall, and pink out football game and tailgate Saturday. The memory wall will be located in the Thompson Student Center. Faith Reedus of the Delta Zeta sorority and member in charge of the Pink Week says, "The memory wall is where students can go and write the names of loved ones who survived or passed away from the breast cancer." Reedus also said there will be a booth in front of the wall on Friday collecting donations for awareness. Also, the football game this Saturday will be a pink out theme, to increase awareness against this disease and to remember those whose lives have claimed or changed. In local news reported by the Hood County News, the Rio Brazos Music Hall on Highway 144 south of Granbury closed the doors Saturday night, less than a year after its grand opening last November with Willie Nelson. Owners Jim Hartman and Tracy Hartman were not available for comment on the closing. However, on the Rio Brazos Facebook page, the following announcement was posted Monday afternoon. "We want to thank everyone who has supported us over the last year. Sadly, the Rio is officially closed." More than 100 comments were posted expressing sadness over the closing. And now Texas national and international news from the Associated Press. In Texas news, American Airlines is making a peace offering to its pilots as the two sides resume contract talks. The airline is offering to put off trimming the extra pay that pilots get for international trips and flying at night. Those cuts were scheduled to start this week, but will be deferred for October to help foster a constructive environment for all, said American's Vice President of Employee Relations in a memo to pilots. The changes could amount to a few percentage points of pay for about one-third of the union's members, said Allied Pilots Association spokesman Greg Overman, that will be welcomed by those pilots. He said a new pilot's contract would be a key part of American bankruptcy reorganization plan. AMR Corp's American Airlines and the union agreed to resume contract talks this week. Pilots rejected a company offer in August, and in September, the Fort Worth, Texas company used its power under bankruptcy protection to impose pay and benefit cuts and New York rules, since there have been hundreds of flight cancellations, delays, and maintenance problems with the Courier's fleet. In national news, an aggressive Mitt Romney sparred with President Barack Obama in their first campaign to debate Wednesday night over the taxes, deficits, and strong steps needed to create jobs in the sputtering national economy. "The status quo is not going to cut it," declared the Republican challenger. Romney was particularly assertive in the 90-minute event that drew a television audience likely to be counted in tens of millions. The economy dominated the evening as it has the race for the White House all year. Pre-debate opinion polls showed Obama with a slight advantage in key battleground states and nationally. Obama sometimes seemed somewhat professional. Romney was more assertive and didn't hesitate to interrupt the president or moderator Jim Lear, who seemed to struggle to maintain control. Not surprisingly, the two men disagreed over Medicare, a flashpoint since Romney placed Wisconsin Representative Paul Ryan on his ticket. Romney also made a detailed case for repealing Obamacare, the name attached to the health care plan that Obama pushed through Congress in 2010. "It has killed jobs," he said, and argued that the best approach is to do what we did in my state. With a 2-minute closing statement, Obama said he had spent his first 4 years in office fighting for those in the middle class and those seeking to make it there. "If you'll vote for me, I'll fight just as hard in my second term," he said. The two presidential rivals also are scheduled to debate on October 16th in Hampstead, New York, and October 22nd in Boca Raton, Florida. In international news, not long ago, most of the 80 young cast members of one of Ecuador's most successful musicals were barely seen or heard. They are blind, autistic, have Down syndrome or other disabilities, but on the stage, the actors, singers, and dancers of Sueños, or Dreams, easily transcend their limitations. What I like about this project is that it dignifies the disabled, above all the intellectually challenged, who have faced a lot of prejudice, said Marisol Nunez, a young blind woman whose acting and singing has captivated crowds. Nunez lost her eyesight as a child to congenital disease and is among the most experienced actors and singers in the cast. The musical, which premiered 3 years ago, is based in part on the dreams of young people with disabilities and is presented by the nonprofit foundation El Triángulo. Those dreams have now been shared with thousands, and not just in Ecuador. Scenes from the musical have also been performed by cast members in the United States and Europe. Today's weather is a high of 88 degrees with a low of 64 degrees and a 10% chance of rain. Today's broadcast was produced by Lacey Massey, Alex Zoki, and Shawnee Wagner. You can follow us on ustream.tv/user/Texan News Service. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of Texan TV News on Facebook. I'm Savannah Trantham. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.